Batman is done with Mr. Freeze, for now. Because with his best friend missing, it's time to go to war to get him back. Welcome to the Comicstorian Complete Story Series, where you get audio dramas of your favorite comic books, helping you decide what to go out and add to your collection. Today, we continue Absolute Batman with issue 9 by Snyder. I hope you enjoy. The neutral territory of Alagab Bialya. The leaders of Kahndaq and Kurak are meeting, their security guards posted in the hallway outside. The two lean forward and shake hands. "I can't believe it. It's like I'm dreaming," the leader of Kahndaq says. "Today we honor all the lives lost by saying enough," the Kurak president says. They shake hands firmly, agreeing upon a final peace between their two nations. They stand and head for the door. Peace will be our legacy, they agree. But both men stop. They look down, their eyes widening in surprise as blood begins to seep from the hallway into the room. The door opens wide, revealing a massive man. "Hello," Bane says calmly as he steps into the room, cracking the door frame as he shifts his massive body inside. "Forgive me for interrupting, gentlemen. I was elated when I heard whispers about these peace talks," Bane says as both leaders stare up at him. "Which is why I was so crushed to hear about their breakdown when one of you betrayed the other in this very room, killing him and plunging your countries back into war," Bane tells them. He leans down, shifting his gaze back and forth between the two men. "Which one of you was it again?" Bane asks quietly. The leader from Kurak doesn't hesitate. "I'll do it," he hisses. Bane's hand snaps out quickly and grabs the Kahndaq president by the face. The man struggles as he is lifted into the air, but Bane's hand tightens. Bones begin to crack beneath his powerful fingers, and the man's eyes suddenly burst as his skull is turned to pulp. Bane drops the man to the floor and suddenly turns, grabbing the Kurak president by the throat and tightening his grip ever so slightly. "Later today, you'll give a speech declaring an escalation of operations. My employers have faith in your leadership skills, Omar. As do I," Bane says as he lowers the man to the floor and releases him. Suddenly, his coat pocket buzzes. "Forgive me, I have to take this," Bane says as he answers the phone. The voice on the other end of the line murmurs, "Gotham City, I'm on my way," Bane says before turning to leave. Meanwhile, in Gotham, it's been 2 weeks since the abduction of Waylon Jones. In that time, Batman has become a man on a mission. He is relentless in his search for his friend, waging war against the Maronis and the Falcone crime families. No criminal is safe as Batman works each night, breaking bones and trying to find answers. He overfills the hospitals. They've run out of ambulances and have had to use ride shares to transport the wounded. Eventually, one EMT worker has to borrow a rickshaw. The EMT worker shakes his head as he breathes heavily and continues to pedal. Batman. Dick Grayson whispers to himself as he keeps pedaling. But Batman isn't getting any answers. And finally, he reaches out to someone who can help. Harvey says it's temporary. Barbara Gordon tells her father as she cooks dinner in between her shifts, trying to explain the department's military buildup. But she suddenly stops cooking. "Hey, Dad, let me call you back," Barbara tells her father, because someone is calling her from the other room. "Officer Gordon. Officer Gordon, I need your help," a voice growls. Barbara grabs her pistol and rounds the corner quickly, raising the weapon, but all she finds is the bat cowl that she has been working on since the party animal riots. "Barbara Gordon, I need your help. Batman repeats over the radio. A short time later, Barbara arrives at the abandoned Gotham Zoo. Batman? I have your file, she calls out. Batman suddenly steps out of the shadows. Where is he? Batman growls. But Barbara holds the file close to her chest. Not so fast. First, why me? She demands. Batman stares at her for a moment before stepping forward. Because I've seen you in action. You're a good cop. Please, who took him? Batman says softly. Barbara nods and hands over the file. Apparently, us, she tells him. Later, Ozzy slams his fist against the table. Arkham? For what? He demands. Bruce nods and motions to the files, looking up at his gathered friends. The files say breaking city lockdown. It makes no sense, Bruce says. Harvey nods as he looks through the files, pointing out that the city has already claimed all of Wayland's assets. Edward taps his chin as he ponders the riddle. Why would they do that? Unless he's not coming back, he points out. Alfred steps out from the shadows, explaining that these arcs are global and that they act as black sites. Rumors are that very bad things happen in them. Abominable things, Alfred explains to them. They quickly begin to work out a plan for Batman to slip inside Arkham and rescue Wayland. Ozzy leans over the table. Do you hear how crazy this is? He shouts. Bruce smashes his fist into the table with anger. And? You wanted in on Batman! Well, this is Batman! Bruce yells. Ozzy steps up to his friend. Hey man, I was just saying it's crazy. I wasn't saying that we shouldn't do it. Meanwhile, Jim Gordon and Martha Wayne are watching what is happening to their city. Gordon has lost the election, and now Mayor Hill is beefing up the police department. You have to get back out there. You are the police, Martha tells him as she continues to pack. But Gordon shakes his head, reminding her that they lost, that they are packing up the campaign office. Then we get another office. This isn't our Gotham, Martha snaps at him. But Jim looks at her, reminding her that she has always backed him up. I've been thinking about it, and it's past time that I followed you. So, what's next for Martha Wayne? He asks. Later, beneath the water of Gotham Bay, Batman prepares himself. Alfred nods as he checks his equipment. Listen, kid, he begins to say. What is it? I need to go, Batman says. Alfred hesitates for a moment. Nothing. Good luck, he says to him. Batman launches himself from the bat tank and into the water, listening to Alfred over the comms as he directs the Dark Knight into the tunnels that will lead him to Arkham. Batman makes his way inside, finally finding the grate that should lead him to the facility. All right, I'm near the entry point, Batman whispers over the comms. But Alfred shakes his head as he stares at the monitors. No, that can't be right. You're too low, Alfred says to him, explaining that he's still at least 100 meters beneath the prison. But Batman peeks through the vent and stares in shock. What is it? Bruce, what are you looking at? Alfred asks. Batman pulls himself free of the pipe and stares at the massive subterranean cavern. The real Arkham, Batman says softly. He descends to the city and begins to move through the shadows, finally finding his way into the command structure. Batman stops as he looks at a strange glass case, which houses the skeleton of some kind of winged man. A man-bat. Pennyworth, come in. I don't know what I'm looking at anymore, Batman hisses. The comms are silent. Pennyworth! Are you there? He calls into the comms. For the first time, Alfred can hear fear in his voice. But he turns as something massive steps from the shadows. Hello, Bane says softly, before lashing out and kicking Batman in the chest, knocking him away. Batman rolls to his feet and reaches for his bat claws, readying himself. But Bane doesn't advance. He holds up his hand and motions the Dark Knight forward. "Go on, it's okay," he says. Batman tosses the weapons, stabbing Bane in the chest, but the villain doesn't react. "You can advance now," he offers. Batman hesitates for a moment at his opponent's calm demeanor before charging forward. He lashes out with a left jab, but Bane blocks it and easily reaches out and hits a pressure point in his elbow. Batman staggers back, his arm useless. Bane doesn't advance. "It's all right. Focus. You have another arm," he says. Batman charges again, swinging his right in a powerful haymaker. But Bane dodges and reaches out, hitting another pressure point before punching him in the chest. Batman stumbles back, both arms hanging uselessly at his sides. Bane takes a step forward. "Hey, up here." "That's right. You've still got your legs," he suggests. Batman glares at him, breathing heavily. "F you!" he shouts before launching forward with a round kick. But Bane once again ducks underneath it and hits another pressure point, following it up with a left hook across Batman's jaw. Batman staggers and falls to one knee. "Is that all you got? I only need one leg to kick your ass, you juiced up," he gasps. But Bane shakes his head. "Juiced up? Friend, I haven't even used this stuff yet. But if you want to see what it does," he explains. He taps a button, and Batman watches as the pumps and tubes connected to his body begin to work. Bane's body begins to twist and grow, his muscles becoming massive as the red and green liquid flows through them, pushing against his skin in a grotesque mockery of the human body. "What are you?" Batman gasps. Bane reaches out and grabs him by the throat, easily lifting him into the air. "Call me Bane. Welcome to your new home," Bane growls at him. "Now, let's get you prepped for surgery." And that is where issue 9 leaves us. Once again, Batman has been captured, but this time by Bane. What is this mysterious surgery he speaks of, and what happened to Waylon? We'll just have to wait until next time to find out. So make sure that you have your notifications turned on so that you get notified when that video is released. And if you enjoyed today's video, like it and share it with your friends. I'm Dan with Comicstorian, and we will see you next time. Rest in peace, Benny.